A very good morning to you this beautiful Monday morning, the second day in the month of October 2023. It's a beautiful morning, and we are super excited to come to you this beautiful day. It's the Sports Ride right here on VOP TV. My name is David E. And I'm standing in here today on behalf of Kizzy K, who is unavoidably absent this beautiful morning. But of course, you know, he has to do several other things around, to give us all that we need to know in the world of sports. Yes, it's a sports ride, and I'm not alone this beautiful morning. I'm here with the very magic man himself. I don't even know if he has magic anyways, but of course we're not going to bring that here. He's talking about Mr. Phil. A very good morning to you, Phil.
All right, thank you. You know I've still got the magic. Always I've got the magic, always I have it. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, let's run to it almost immediately. The charity begins at home, and yes, the Nigerian Premier Football League Board has banned Kano Pillars from signing new players. The NPFL took the decision following the side Musa Gidal's failure to fulfill their contractual obligations to former goalkeeper Basi Akman. It should be recalled that the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, ordered Kano Pillars to pay the outstanding 11.8 million naira owed Basi within 21 days in the month of June 2023. Now, the club has yet to comply with the NFF's directive. Now, the NPFL Chief Operating Officer, I'm talking about Davidson Owumi, announced that the ban will not be lifted until both parties reach a compromise. Now, Mr. Phil, I'm going to come to you almost immediately on this. What do you say of this particular situation?
You see, it is outrageous. It is insulting. I would have put it as an insult to the football body in Nigeria. You know, coming to hold a player that played for you, that served you, and paying him is a problem. You know, that's why it makes me wonder if this is hereditary, or how would I put it, if it is in the bloodline. Because when you look at it, even the female side, I don't know if you get me, they hold this players and they go straight to the league. You don't want to pay them, and you said, okay, they gave you an ultimatum, okay, you pay in the month of June, 21 days, Yet, you've not done that. Let me just you don't even respect the law. You don't respect the body.
Let's just get to it almost immediately. Right. I think the NPFL have made a very good decision in that ban. Anyways, let's move on quickly. In the NPFL, yes, games were played during the weekend, and we're just going to reel out some of the results. Abia Warriors were winners over Niger Tornadoes, and that game ended 1-0. And of course, Bayelsa United defeated Aqua United at home 5-3. That game ended. And interestingly, Enugu Rangers, who were hosts at home to Doma United, defeated Doma United 2-1. Another result in the NPFL, Shooting Stars. Yes, Shooting Stars of Ibadan. They surely did had their stars shot up in the air, and they won that one 2-1 against Plateau United. And Sunshine Stars defeated Kano Pillars at home by just 2-1. Interesting times it is on the NPFL. All right, quickly, let's just dive into, you call it the foreign football. Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich are on the verge of re-signing Jerome Boateng. Now, this is an interesting one. This, according to Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano. Boateng is currently a free agent. And of course, after departing the League One club Olympique Lyon on June the 9th, 2023, following the expiration of his contract. Now, he joined Lyon from Bayern Munich in 2001 after spending 10 years in his first spell with the Bavarians. Now, the 35-year-old is set for a return to the club where he won so much numerous silverware. Now, what do you think of this guy returning to the German Bundesliga?
You know, seriously, I don't know what Thomas Tuchel's plan is. Because look at this, he's a 35-year-old man. 35-year-old man.
Are you going to take away his experience?
I don't know what to say about that, because looking at it, football is about the age, all right? Quite understanding, experience is quite there, but you can't rule out age. Age plays a long role, you know, because I want to have a player that would deliver, not when you look at their age and you find that their age is set to be a problem for them.
Is he going to be a major squad depth player for Bayern Munich?
Major squad depth. This question is deep. Major squad depth, and well, I think it's just there for the experience.
Yeah.
But if you, well, yeah, and in addition, squad depth as well. But be that as may, I pray it works well for Thomas Tuchel. I pray it does work well.
All right, let's just dive to other teams. And Manchester United have announced that Argentina defender Lisandro Martinez will be sidelined for an extended period with injury. Now, Martinez sustained a fractured metatarsal in April Europa League quarterfinal first leg against Sevilla. Now, interestingly, that's kept him out for around 2 months. Now, according to TalkSport, quoting United, he is expected to be out of a similar time scale. Now that's about 2 months again. What do you make of this injury? Almost every team is getting an injury player, Mr. Pio.
Yeah, okay, that is true. You know, sometimes when you overwork your players, you tend to see this. You know, and for looking at Manchester United, you know, Varane was out for quite some time. You know, Lisandro was there filling up those shoes. You know? And when you pair a player with someone who is not looking like is a valid one. You know, many times when I see Harry Maguire in the squad, I'm like, oh god. But truthfully, it's a knock for Manchester United because Lisandro Martinez has proven over months that's been with the club that he's a good addition to the team. All
right, let's get to other players. Goalkeeper Etienne Vazien, who was knocked out in a Dutch league game against Ajax Amsterdam on Saturday, is continuing his recovery after spending a good night in hospital. His team RKC Warwick said this on Monday. Now, Vazien went down with a collision with Ajax forward Brian Brobley, causing panicked reaction from his teammates as they frantically called for medical help. Now, screens were put up around the goalkeeper to shield him from the public eye, and players from both sides watched with tears in their eyes as a defibrillator was rushed, onto the field. Now, Vazien lay motionless on the field for minutes before he was carried out on a stretcher. After the match had been suspended with Ajax leading 3-2, RKC director Frank van Morsveld told broadcaster NOS that Vazien has regained consciousness. RKC later confirmed that Vazien had been taken to hospital. Now, that injury was a major one. I mean, it looks more like what happened to Eriksen during that same game.
Yeah, fortunately, it also happened to Peter Cech.
Yeah.
Back then, Arsenal versus Chelsea. You know, that is one thing that I like to say about European football is that there are amenities set aside for cases like this. Now, if this were to be in the FPFL, what would have happened?
Oh, well, the FPFL is getting it. I mean, they're work in progress.
I know, but you can't rule out such incidents from happening, all right? So what I'm trying to say is that everything should be on the top notch.
I like that part. I mean, celebrating Nigeria 63, it simply means that at this point we should be getting things right.
Yeah, better.
All right, still giving you much more news. Kelechi Iheanacho was on target while Wilfred Ndidi grabbed an assist in Leicester City's 4-1 win at Blackburn Rovers in Sunday's championship game. The win saw Leicester City on 24 points move up to first position again in the league table, 2 points ahead of Ipswich Town. Iheanacho came off the bench in the 76th minute to replace Jamie Vardy and put Leicester 3-1 ahead on the 82 minutes from the penalty spot. Ndidi set up Vardy, who put up Leicester 2-1 ahead on the 20th minute. Now, Leicester City is having a beautiful run of form in the championship. What do you take?
That's wonderful. Because I know Leicester City to be a team that competes. You know, they've got this fierceness.
Yeah.
They always want to act as a stumbling block to you. They want to prove that they've got something. But up to Brendan Rodgers taking over the team, things just started to fall apart, start falling apart, and amazingly they got relegated. It is nice seeing them put up themselves together and trying to push forward to the Premier League side, and I think that is wonderful.
Hopefully, if they keep up this way, they might return back.
Yeah, I want to see them. Yeah, I want to see them in the APL.
All right, let's talk European football. Bayern Munich struck twice in the second half And interestingly, that for me was a beautiful game to come from 2 goals down and snatch a 2-2 draw at RB Leipzig on Saturday. But the champions dropped to 3rd place in the Bundesliga with their 2nd draw of the season. Now, goals from Leroy Sané and Harry Kane in the second half cancelled out RB Leipzig's second half lead. But the recruits left Bayern on 14 points in 3rd position, while 2 behind leaders Bayern Leverkusen. Leipzig, who host Manchester City in the Champions League next week, on a 5th in a further point behind. Now, Bayern Munich, Harry Kane. What do you make of this team at this point?
You know, interestingly, I was, for some years now, for some years in the league, Bundesliga, we got to know that Bayern Munich are always on top of the log, right? You can't just call the Bundesliga league and not respect Bayern Munich. But up to now, seeing Xabi Alonso's side, Bayern Leverkusen, and the way he bring these boys together and the way they play, I believe they're going to pull a big threat in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
But seeing the game, Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig, it was a wonderful one. Yeah. Because I saw, was it Serge Gnabry getting hurt because of an injury and all that, and Harry Kane coming to pull the penalty into the box. Oh, the best team will always go out.
All right, let's get to the English Premiership. So much games happen in the English Premier League on the weekend. Now, I'm going to start off with Manchester United and Crystal Palace. Now, let's not forget that Man United, interestingly, I said interestingly, defeated Crystal Palace 3-1.
In the
3-0, I beg your pardon, in the Carabao Cup. And coming to Old Trafford again, losing to, I mean, what do you think happened?
You know, first of all, I believe the first game they played, which is the Carabao Cup, the first game they played against Crystal Palace, I believe Crystal Palace were a bit slacky. Yeah. You know, they didn't prove, not for real, they didn't prove a threat. No, for real, because if you won them 3-0 in the Carabao Cup, and you come to your home and you're unable to defeat them, then something is wrong. Probably the Crystal Palace side has gone home to do their homework, and they're like, okay, you can't defeat me twice.
Anyway, let's not take away the fact that Eric Ten Hag rested quite a number of the youngsters that he used to prosecute that game against Crystal Palace.
No, that is not an excuse.
It is.
For me, it is not. If no, for real, you can't put them forward as an excuse. I want to win all my games.
All right. Thank you. Well, let's get to other results. Aston Villa stunned Brighton 6 goals.
Jeez, I saw that. I was like, wow. Is this the Brighton? Is this the Robert De Zerbi side I know? You know, it got me stunned. Like I was like, no, this is the goal coming. What? Got an hat-trick.
That also simply moves like that's a second defeat for De Zerbi. I mean, Chelsea did it in the Carabao Cup.
No, you leave Chelsea out of this for now. but surprisingly, I was so surprised. Aston Villa, you know, Emery doing that, but it's just football.
Let's get to Wolves and Manchester City. Interestingly, Wolves.
You know that the 2 City side the 2 Manchester side got it stunned.
2 goals to 1.
2 goals to 1. So interestingly, you know,
is Pep losing it, or would you say it's just because of Rodri?
Yeah, I don't want to think that. Because I believe Pep is a masterclass man. His mind is, I've got preparations for everything. I believe that is how he thinks, But unfortunately for him, his preparations didn't work. His plans didn't work. Yeah. Because you can't expect, like I know that whenever Pep is going to a game, he goes with the mindset of winning. But unfortunately for him, the mindset didn't work.
All right, let's get to the one that would directly concern you, because we know you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan. All right. Tottenham Hotspur gets in a major victory against...
Major? You call it major?
Yes, it's a major victory.
Against Manchester United. We won Manchester United 2-0. Is that major as well? Is that major too, man?
Liverpool, 2 goals to 1 it ended. 2 red cards for Liverpool. One according to, a goal disallowed. Let's talk about that game.
You want to talk about the goal disallowed?
What do you think of that game? What happened in that game? We know that the body that
the PGMOL?
yes,
Okay.
that manages the referees have come out to say that the disallowed goal of Luis Diaz was an error.
By human?
Yes, a human error.
Okay.
What do you make of that?
What do I make of that? Now, are you going to put hands up?
Now, I would rather you answer right now as a sports pundit and not as a fan
of Tottenham.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be easy anyways. But the truth of it is that the call was made, the VR was checked and all that. And, nobody's above mistake many times. We know this, And sometimes it favors you and sometimes it does not. And if it has favored Liverpool, so be it. If the goal was counted, so be it. But it was ruled out.
But you know very well that goal that was ruled out would have made a difference in that game.
Would have made a difference.
Yes.
Well, positively or negatively, I beg your pardon.
Either way.
Yes, of course, the difference might be to my favor. Because we're getting to understand Tottenham this season.
Yeah.
They find it really hard to accept defeat. When you hit them down, they want to get back at you and keep responding to what you do.
You just can't run away from being a Tottenham fan. All right, so much to serve you this beautiful day. Let's just run through those results. Aston Villa, yes, on Saturday, were amazing winners over Brighton. 6-1 it ended. And of course, Bournemouth were defeated at home by Arsenal Football Club, 4-0. That, I tell you, Arsenal is really, really doing something amazing. Everton also were stunned at home by Luton Town, and it ended 1-2. And of course, Manchester United, we said earlier, were defeated at home by 0-1. Newcastle also were defeated by Burnley, 2 goals. I beg your pardon. Newcastle defeated Burnley 2-0. And West Ham, of course, defeated Sheffield United 2-0. All right, we gotta go. Thank you so very much for being here. Like I said earlier, it's a beautiful, beautiful day, and of course, Independence Day for Nigeria, celebrating 63. And we can't also rule out the fact that KZK would be here tomorrow, God willing, and of course to let you know how it's been done. It's been a sports ride, and of course, thank you so very much, Mr.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, as we go, we say don't forget to always pray for this great country, Nigeria. There is no place like this country. My name remains David. Have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. God bless Nigeria.